Stephen Fry, as I live and breathe. I was just going to say that. Boy, it's good to see you again.
Oh, thank you. Well, it's nice. Have we met before then?
We have on a couple of junkets. I think we did V for
Ah.
Vendetta years ago.
Oh, I remember those days. Yes, absolutely. Nice
And,
to see you
and,
again.
and Julia, a pleasure to meet you.
Thank you.
What an amazing film. And it touches all those notes that a human experience should touch. I mean, I know that my father and grandparents never wanted to talk about the old country. And it was, even though that I think it would have done them good, they just didn't do it until they were like kind of faced with it. And so, Stephen, your character is in kind of that same boat.
Absolutely. And I was in real life too. My grandfather came from Hungary and he never talked about the past. He thought of himself as an Englishman, we had cousins from Austria who claimed he'd forgotten how to speak German, which was nonsensical. He was 20 when he left Austria, and the idea that the language could have completely deserted him. And I thought there was a kind of joke or a stubbornness. Why when I wanted to talk about it? I want to know what they ate, how they lived. And you don't want to know that. You don't want to know that. And of course, I now realize they were thinking they were protecting me from the horrors they experienced. But as you rightly said, it would have done them good. And very often, some of them go to the grave never really reconciling their past with their present. The script just screamed with authenticity and truthfulness when I read it.
And Julia, as first of all, as the co-writer for this, what amazing words that you came up with. I mean, it's poetry almost. And then your camera you instinctively know where to put your camera to get the most dramatic effect out of everything.
Thank you so much. I will also say that to my cinematographer, Daniela.
Yeah.
I will let her know. Thank you.
Yeah.
But I had Lily Brett's amazing novel, and a lot of it comes from there.
And it's, I mean, I can't say enough about this film.
Whoa.
I want to watch it again as soon as possible because I think I missed a lot while watching it the first time. It's one of those movies that you can revisit. This is going to be an instant classic.
Oh, we need all these quotes on the poster.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much. It's
Stephen,
really nice to hear.
I know that you also have an affinity toward comedy, and there's moments in this that are quite funny, and yet done in such a way that the humor is protecting you, it seems, from
Exactly. And I think that's such a key to the way humans respond. That they use humor as a shield and an armor, so that nothing can get through to them. To show, because, gosh, I mean, you've only got to use your imagination, I suppose, to think of him as a boy and a young man. First of all, being forced out of the house where he grew up and moved into a ghetto, and the horror and the starvation and the fear of the ghetto, and suddenly seeing friends of yours ignoring you, and friends of yours who are like you, competing for bread and revealing the basest human instincts, and then to go to a death camp like Auschwitz. I mean, these experiences, today we would talk about opening up and healing and so on, but that this wasn't a period of that kind of therapy and that kind of language. It was just the armor, as you rightly say, of humor and simply of ignoring the past and saying, I'm through it, I'm defeating it. The future is all.
And in my final seconds with you, Julia, the teapot, and that is that fragment of his childhood that makes it real.
You so understand film. That's exactly right. It's a teapot, and it's so much more.
Yeah. And that's why it's mentioned in the last seconds of the film. It's good that she brought home his mother's teapot, and it's so sweet that he says bring it home, because New York is their home. And it's also her home, while she thinks it wasn't, it is.
It's an odyssey.
We actually need to talk about this movie for an hour.
Yes, I would love to.
You clearly get it, and it's a thrill to hear you talk about it.
My time is up, Stephen. I love you to death. Julia, you're my new best friends. So take care and have a great
Merry
day.
meeting. You bet.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.